Yes, good afternoon. Welcome to a chilled live Premier League score show. Steve, not many games going on around the world today, but there's some good games going on. How are you, mate? Long time. I was going to say long time no see. We actually streamed to each other the other day. How are you? You good?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. What about yourself?
Not bad, man. I've been in this room all day. I did an 11:30 conversation on Dragusin. Since found out that Daniel Levy won't pay the 45 to 50 million euros that would cost. So we're going to Dragusin at 30 million euros. Never changed, Daniel Levy. Done Chelsea away at Luton, which was a good game, really good game. And now we've got some games, man. We've got let's have a look. We have got Aston Villa at home to Burnley.
Yeah.
Palace at home to Brentford. Man City at home to Sheffield United. Wolves at home to Everton. Kevin De Bruyne is back. He's back on the bench for Man City, which is massive news. Everything just about seems to be falling into place for a Man City assault on the title, doesn't it? Yes. What do you think, mate? What games are you looking forward to out of those four games? What springs to mind as being exciting for you?
Yeah, I mean the what's it called? I'll probably mainly be watching the Villa game.
Okay.
Probably that one. I think I'll have the Everton one on too. Wolves, Everton. I think Wolves will probably win that one, but that'll be a decent game, I guess. Man City will probably beat Sheffield United, but we've seen Sheffield United hold them to a narrow win last minute. I think Rodri scored the very good goal earlier in the year, but it's at the Etihad, so you'd probably expect City to do something. But we all expected Aston Villa to obliterate Sheffield United, but it's it'll be interesting, man. We'll see how that goes. Well, I'll probably be watching the Villa game because we got them coming up soon.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. Listen, if you're going to watch Villa, I've just found a feed to watch Manchester City at home, Sheffield United. We've got the other scores going on as well. I've got Sky Sports News on in the background, so I'm sure between us we'll be able to keep the four games well covered. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Aston Villa, to be fair, should be top of the table right now. They've just dropped off the last two games at home to Sheffield United, then away to United. Big game. They've got to get back to winning ways from their point of view, right?
Yeah, and the thing about Burnley is they're not afraid to. And I said this early in the year when they came to St. James's Park to play Newcastle. Everybody again was predicting, Burnley's defense isn't that good, and Newcastle, we're gonna smoke them by 4, 5, 6, and all that. And I was like, the thing is, when teams come to St. James's Park, a lot of them now they sit back because we dictate play. And Burnley, they had a few, probably about 20, maybe 25 minutes of the game where they were looking kind of dangerous. They just didn't quite have the quality, but they're clicking a little bit now. Burnley, they're clicking a little bit. So
it's interesting, isn't it? Because the bigger a club gets or the better you do, teams come to you and they don't play anymore. Teams come to Spurs now, they don't want to play. They want to sit back and then you have to break them down. And you think to yourself, well, that's what the big clubs have had to do for years. And as I say that, there's a picture of Man City with all 5 of their trophies and the squad behind them. But that's what it must be like, right? If you are a Man City, a Liverpool, whatever, every time someone comes to your ground, they put 10 men behind the ball and they say, go on, break us down. And I guess for someone like Sheffield United today, for someone like Burnley at Villa, it's about staying in the game, isn't it? Don't concede, because if you concede in the first 5 minutes, you've then got to come out and play, and it's over. So, give me some predictions. Come on, put your neck on the line. Villa versus Burnley.
I'll go for a Villa, probably 2-1. 2-1 Villa. I'll say Man City get the job done 3-1, and I'll go Wolves. I think will again. They've been in some very good form. I think they slipped up and lost 5-0 to Fulham, I think, recently. But other than that, they've been very good Wolves. So I'll probably go 3-0 Wolves, and the other one is Brentford Palace at Palace, probably like a draw, maybe 1-1 or something like that.
Yeah, Brentford are struggling. They've got. I mean, people talk about injuries. They've got a hell of a lot of injuries over at Brentford, and a club like Brentford can't be missing both Mbeumo and Tony at the same time. It's a big ask for them. But Palace are a strange team. Sometimes they're brilliant, other times they're awful. And then the other game I'm missing was Palace Brentford, Wolves at home to Everton, yeah, listen, been brilliant, but lost their last two.
Yeah.
A team that will need to bounce back. So, listen, should be some good games. When are your boys playing?
We got Liverpool on Monday. Away.
Tough.
A ground we haven't won. We haven't won in the Premier League versus Liverpool at Anfield since 1994. All the others have been losses and draws. I think maybe 5 draws out of that, 5 or 6, a handful. I'm expecting a loss because, again, the away form of Newcastle is this is awful. It's the 19th in the league in away form. We collected 5 points away from home. 2 draws and an 8-0 win versus Sheffield United. The rest are losses. That's a concerning thing for me. And I get Eddie Howe should be under some scrutiny for that. Definitely the injuries don't help, but I'm not asking for much. What if we're mid-table in the away form? If we had a few more points, turn one of those losses into a draw, then you gotta get. We're not. Jesus, we're not 9th in the table overall, right?
Yeah.
The home form is great from Newcastle, aside from the slip up versus Liverpool and Forest. So we're really good at home, but the away form that has to improve, and we're seeing in the other competitions as well. We got away to Sunderland. If the away form, that's a huge concern. That's a huge concern for me. So that does need to get fixed up. I know, again, the injuries don't help, but I'm not asking for the world. Just be better than the 19th in the away form table. That's bad.
Well, I mean, asking for that and then having the next game at Anfield is always a tough ask. But look, it is what it is. And I think the games have just got underway. Yeah. The Part Sport thinks Man City are going to beat Sheffield United 10-0. Mark Changor thinks Wolves are going to beat Everton. Villa 2, Burnley 2. I think I am way behind on this stream. This is absolutely ridiculous. How can I be that far behind? Let me see what's happening on the Sheffield United stream. Oh, why is it?
Hwang. Ooh, big chance for Wolves. Hwang, Tarkowski, cleared out.
It's Crystal Palace 0, Brentford 1 in the first minute of the game. Lewis Potter has scored, so Brentford have taken the lead at Selhurst Park. So Crystal Palace 0, Brentford 1. A good young player. I think he'll grow and get a lot more game time moving forward. But Crystal Palace 0, Brentford 1. What I've learned to do is with these is I never look at the bottom of the screen to see who's scored, and then I set my stream in line with what's actually going on. Do you know what I mean?
Wait, what games are you watching? Because I got 4.
I've got Man City on. Are you watching? Have you got Man City on?
Nah, I'm watching Villa, Burnley, Wolves, Everton, Cagliari, Empoli, and Bologna, Udinese.
You love it, mate, don't you? You absolutely love it. In Scotland, it's Hearts 0, Ross County 0, but they are checking something on the VAR. Wouldn't be a football game without VAR checking something, would it, these days? So VAR checking something. We've already had Chelsea beating Luton 3-2. Rangers lost at Celtic 2-1, which puts Celtic 8 points clear. Rangers do have 2 games in hand, but that was a huge game for the shift in the league. If Rangers had won that, you would have put the momentum with them. They would have been like 3 points behind or something with 2 games in hand, and absolutely crazy. So lots going on, mate. Yeah. Man City nearly scored. Julian Alvarez in the 2nd minute nearly put that in. So Man City 0, Sheffield United 0. How have Villa started?
Bit sloppy, but they're getting the ball forward. Trafford's had a few goal kicks here and there. Nothing really so far. Moreno's on the ball. They got a good lineup out Villa. I like Moreno a lot. I like him. Back depth is decent. Villa. They got good left back depth. You've got Luca Digne, who's very good getting up the pitch and very good crosser of the ball. Always giving Ollie Watkins a chance to score with headers. A constant supply, and he's accurate in his crosses. And then you have Moreno, who's kind of can carry the ball too and do a lot of damage. Yeah. So they've got good options at fullback Villa. Now on the right side, you can have a Konsa if you want to be a bit more defensive. A Matty Cash can play there, or on the right, he would be if it was the 90s, Cash would be that ideal right midfielder in a 4-4-2. Yes. He can play on the wing, and sometimes they actually do play 4-4-2 Villa. So he's a very useful, good player, Matty Cash.
Yeah,
one of Poland's better ones.
Yeah, Spurs fans are not very happy with Matty Cash after his tackle on Bentancur. By the way, it's gone to VAR, the Brentford goal at Palace. Feels like that was ages ago, and it's still at VAR. So it couldn't have been that clear and obvious, but I'll keep you updated as soon as I hear more from that. Not many games around the country today, but there were lots of games yesterday. Leicester City have now given themselves an 8-point lead in the Championship, which is massive. You fancy Leicester to come straight back up?
Yeah, definitely. And it looks like them and Ipswich have created a good gap. I think it's like a 7-point gap. I mean, that could evaporate easily with bad form. You play in third and then they win. That's a 6-pointer essentially. So, but they do look really good. Ipswich have been like, did they get promoted? Yeah. Wow. So they could do back-to-back promotions.
Yeah, they started to stutter a little bit lately. They had a massive gap. Southampton are the team to look out for. Yep. They're 16 unbeaten.
They beat Plymouth yesterday.
You what? Sorry,
they beat Plymouth yesterday.
Yeah, they should have. I watched the first. I watched all of the first half. They had chance after chance after chance after chance.
No, at halftime.
Yeah. But yeah, they got some good players and. Because they started really poorly, didn't they, Southampton? And
then they scored 2 real quick, I believe. And then Plymouth had it. So before that, actually, Plymouth had the disallowed goal. And then Southampton scored like a minute after.
Yes.
And then so that was a bit nervy. And then they went up 2, and then Plymouth got one back, gave a good fight back. But
I didn't think the Plymouth goal should have been disallowed either.
I didn't think so. I thought that was a bit harsh.
I thought VAR in the Premier League would have ruled that right out, but apparently the Brentford goal has been given finally. Wow. Oldham 1, Hartlepool 0 for anyone that cares about Oldham. And what's the best way to Oldham? 1 in each hand.
Wait, say that again?
Come on.
I didn't get that.
What's the best way to Oldham?
I don't know.
1 in each hand. Hold them.
Oh, 1 in each. Oh.
Come on, Steve. Come on. The goal given in Brentford. The goal stands. Yes, Brentford won. They desperately need to get some points to Brentford because they're just starting to be caught up by the likes of Luton Town and Everton, etc., etc. Still 0-0 here in Manchester City. Still 0-0 there in Aston Villa. Daniel E has said we need Leeds to go up so they can take Rodon and Spence off us permanently. Yeah, I watched Leeds last night.
I did see that, yeah.
Sure, I mean, I don't know how they didn't manage to score a goal.
West Brom was hanging on for dear life.
Yes, they were. I really like Crescencio Somerville.
Yeah,
I think he's a really good little footballer. Him. Che Adams, we all know, is not clinical. I mean, he'll score in that league, right? He'll score in that league.
Bit hit or miss with Che Adams. I think Che Adams is one of those players. When he's in form, he looks like a superstar, but he doesn't keep it up consistently. That's probably one of the problems with Che Adams. But he's like a decent finisher. He's a confidence player. I think every player is, but some of them
sure. Maybe. Some players desperately need it more than others, right? Other players just get on with it. Some players, when they're not in form, they're that you can tell that they've got no confidence. Still 0-0 here at the Etihad. Motherwell 0, Livingston 0 in the Scottish Premiership. All the games are in the first 10 minutes of the first half. What do you make of Arsenal away at Fulham? Arsenal have only won one of their last 4. Are we seeing Arsenal have an early season or a mid-season stutter?
Yeah, probably, but I think they'll have enough for Fulham. I think they will have enough. Fulham will make it tough, but I think with Arsenal, I feel like some people judge. I don't know. For me, when I judge teams, I look at their team before the season starts, and then in January, if they make upgrades or sell, and I'm like, okay, this is where this is how I see them. I never saw Arsenal last year as title challengers, and they did that. They bottled it, obviously, but did really well, for the most part. Yeah. And then the summer, they didn't elevate their squad to the next level to become title challengers. So I don't think they're there yet. Still, I really don't. I think I think Arteta is a good manager. Do I think he's at Arsenal level yet? No.
I agree with you. I think they're missing a few players. I think that they're a very good team. I know Arsenal fans hate it when I say it. I think they're a very good team. I do think that they're lacking in depth in certain areas, and I don't expect them to win the league at all, if I'm honest.
Yeah, exactly. So but you know what? That at Arsenal, when you have that kind of season, then it's understandable why some people say they should be again contending for it. But I just don't think the manager is in that position yet, and the squad in that position. It's just I don't think it's there yet. I think Arteta, for me, and I say this a lot, I think Arteta, when he does move on from Arsenal, I think his next club is going to be crucial to where he sees himself as a manager. Is he going to be demanding the Real Madrid job because he thinks he's that low? Or is he going to be like, you know what, maybe I need to take a step down. Maybe a different league could help, where you see different tactics, different players, play styles. Somerville would be great at Spurs. That'd be a good option.
Yeah, I think it'd be a really good option. Only 40 likes though on the show, Steve, which is really, really bad. Smash the likes. Come on, people. It's easy. It doesn't cost you any money. And please subscribe if you haven't done so already.
I do think Arteta's next club, it'll say a lot about him, and it'll say a lot about what the consensus is among European clubs where they rate him. Like I think if you went to a Betis, Monaco, if you went to maybe a Villa type club, I don't think they'll get rid of Emery, obviously. So I think
I don't see who they get better than Emery. If I'm honest,
I think Arteta, for me, if he can handle the spotlight, I don't think he can handle the spotlight yet as a manager at a big club. I think maybe if he takes a tier 2 kind of level, graphs he doesn't have that budget to work with. He needs to work on all these other things. I think that would be the best move for him, because I think he could have a good career as a manager. I think it's too much too soon.
I agree. And especially if he doesn't win it this year, then a lot of the fans are going to be like, well, hang on, you've had nearly 5 years now. You spent, 7? By then it'll probably be about 850 million. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't think they're quite good enough. Big up to Steve is definitely American. It's a good observation. It's a really good observation that he definitely is. It's like saying that I'm definitely English. Yes. It's amazing. I'm watching this Man City game, and just how much goes through Rodri. I mean, he's an excellent player. Everything goes through Rodri. Yeah, absolutely. And this game is what you thought it would be. City are camped in the Sheffield United half, and every now and then Sheffield United play a ball over the top.
Watkins testing Trafford out. Good save, Trafford. Holds on.
How are Villa playing?
They're good. They're doing good. They are all over Burnley at the moment, just winning those 50-50s. But Burnley are hanging in there. They're hanging in there. Watkins, that's a decent save, Trafford. Wolves are also they're also all over Everton right now. They've just
The
been
Wolves are
in their half. Yeah, Wolves.
In other scores, Bromley, my local team, are 1-0 down at home to Ebbsfleet, who are also a local team to me. Aberdeen 0, St Mirren 1. And in the Scottish League, it's Edinburgh City 0, Hamilton Academicals 1, if anyone cares. Still Aston Villa 0, Burnley 0. It's Wolves 0, Everton 0, Man City 0, Sheffield United 0. And the only goal in the Premier League has come at Palace, where it's Palace 0, Brentford 1. Mark says the the strength in depth is not there for Arsenal. Big up to Caribbean Spurs, etc. TV. I love the etc. in there. That's great. Craig said, I mean, they did spend 110 million on Rice. They're just missing a proper centre forward. If they get in Ivan, we're in trouble.
I'm talking about Arsenal.
By the way, before we come back to that, Michael Elise has just equalised for Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace 1, Brentford 1. Now there is a player I would love Tottenham to sign. I would love Elise in a Spurs shirt. That's who I want to see in our front three. Yeah, not Brendan Johnson's. I want to see Elise's. But 1-1. So Palace have hit back.
Could play Elise in midfield as well. He's got that intelligence, reads the game. Yeah, Elise is awesome, man. Awesome player. I think, and
there's been a goal here, by the way. Sorry to cut you off, Steve. Sorry, mate. There's been a goal here. Manchester City 1, Sheffield United 0. And it was a brilliant goal from Rodri, who we were just speaking about. Rodri intercepted the ball in the midfield, skipped past a player, drove through at the heart of the defence, and from about 20 yards out, drove it hard and low into the bottom corner. Here we go. The ball was played in by Akanji. Rodri skipped past one, kept driving, 20 yards, low shot, bottom corner. Man City 1, Sheffield United 0. I can see this being a very long day at the office for Sheffield United. Sorry, Steve, didn't mean to cut you off. I get excited when goals go in.
Oh, you're good, bro. You know what kind of goal that sounds like? Gundogan. Sounds like a goal he'd score. And you know what it is? Rodri is a different player to Gundogan, but people are always saying about Man City, who's going to score the clutch goal in midfield? Who can step up when the forwards aren't firing on all cylinders? Why can't Rodri do that?
Yeah, Rodri, he's adding a few goals this year. I think, for me, I've said it for a long time, Steve. He's the best player in the Premier League for me. I think he's just all-round intelligence, ability on the ball, just everything. Sava, in terms of centre-back signings, would you take Lacaba from Leipzig? What happened to Tapsoba? I would take Lacaba. I'll tell you what happened to Tapsoba. Steve, tell me if I'm wrong. Tapsoba signed a new contract, which would have driven his price up from about 55, 60 million euros to 70, 80. And Daniel Levy doesn't even want to pay 45 million euros for Todibo. So there's no chance he's going to pay. He's no chance he's going to pay that much for Tapsoba. Yeah. Top player, by the way.
Dragoson's not a bad alternative. Not a bad. He's not the same kind of defender as Todibo. Todibo's not as tall. I think Dragoson might be a bit more athletic. Both of them are good athletes.
Very different players, aren't they?
Yeah.
I would say Todibo's more of your modern day centre half, whereas I think Dragusin is more of your I want to defend. You know, first and foremost, I'm a defender, but I don't mind which one of them get in. But it is frustrating if Todibo is the first choice and we won't pay an extra 15 million euros to get the first choice in. I don't ever want to hear from people that Levy's changing and that that we're going to, it's just frustrating. Phil Coy's, big up to you, brother, said, how many players do you expect us to get in? If we manage to get in 3, we could have a very good season with Madison, Van de Ven, Bentancur coming back, Todibo, Dragusin. Look, I think we'll get in 2 or 3. I think we'll get in 1 on loan, 2 signings. Look, we could have a good season, but I'll always say this the same way I've said all season. Just because you get Van de Ven, these players back, doesn't mean someone else doesn't get injured. I think in football these days, you're going to have to compensate that the chances of having a fully fit squad week in, week out is harsh, is tough. Bentancur's now going to be coming back from over a year and 3 months out injured. That's a lot on the body. Van der Ven, for a player that with pace and in the recovery, Steve, there's always a chance that hamstring's going to go again at some point, right? So, listen, I think we can have a good season. I think we're having a good season. Top 4 would be amazing. But we'll see. We'll see. Goal Man City. So I'm a bit behind here. Steve supports Tennessee. Is that a country? I don't know. I don't know whether to take any of that seriously at all. Yes, the country of Tennessee. Yes. Sandwiched in between the United States and Canada is Tennessee, that country. Here's Donna. Here's my Donna. How are you? Motherwell have scored. It's Motherwell 1, Livingston 0. Falkirk are 3-0 up against Stirling Albion. Oh my God. Donna, are we ever going to have any normal chat from you without you telling me how much you love me?
No is the quick answer. No.
Yeah. But yeah, so still Man City 1-0. Wolves. How are Wolves playing?
Still all over Everton. Everton have a good shape though, but they are letting they're catching them offside a few times. Gomes, Hwang. Actually, Hwang I think got subbed off. Here's Villa, Ramsey, Jacob Ramsey on the left. O'Shea,
I like Ramsey.
Ramsey, good cross out.
Here's Man City again. Here is Rodri again.
Moreno.
He's dinked it over. It's headed away clear. I mean, Sheffield United are literally camped in their own half and then trying to break. But even when they try and break, Man City just hunt in packs and they win it back so quickly. Yeah. I can see this being 2-0 very soon. Afternoon to you on the way to the City ground. Yeah, you never know what Man United you're going to play against, right? Are you Man U or are you Forest? Let us know. I'm guessing Forest by the picture. Is that a tree in the forest? Am I reading into that too much? I don't know. Let us know. Phil, listen, I'd love Neto. Injury problems are the worry with him, but what a winger. What a winger he is. And Daniel, who is a Man City fan, saying Rodri is the best player in the league, our most important player by a distance. I agree with you on all fronts. Angus has joined us. Always a pleasure to have Angus in the house. Angus, of course. Angus, tell us again why Mbappe is joining Arsenal. I always enjoy listening to your to your comments. I love it. We should get him on. We should have a weekly show with Angus called Angus's Opinions.
Yeah, definitely. That would be box office, man.
Mate.
Angus
and Mr. Box Office on at once.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
That'd be good, wouldn't it? That'd be absolutely brilliant. Daniel E said, Sava, I'll be honest, I'm in shock that we're actually trying to get our centre back early. I thought it had 31st of January written all over it. Yeah, listen, got to be done. Got to be done. It's a great ball in. It's Man City again, a lovely ball played down the right channel. It put Bernardo Silva pretty wide. It's a great ball from Phil Foden, and Bernardo Silva's had a shot. Surely that's a corner, isn't it? I think the keeper's. Let's have a look. Keeper's touched it round, and they've not given it. Oh, it has given a corner. It was definitely a corner. Yeah. Oh, of course, Phil. Of course. We're not going to sign to Debo. He's 45 to 50 million euros. Don't be silly. Here is Julian Alvarez. Lays it to Phil Foden, who's been excellent in this first 21 minutes. He's such a good footballer. And the ball is cleared. The problem is every time Sheffield United clear the ball, Steve, they're just launching it down the pitch and it goes straight back to Ake or to Vardiol and they just start another wave of attack.
Diaby has a dangerous free kick edge of the box. He got in behind.
Do they look like scoring Villa?
Yeah, probably. I think so. But then again, they looked like scoring that whole time versus Sheffield United and only got one.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You can't say it's over until it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Born to hand drive. Nuno, what's going on? Nuno played 2-1-1. How you feeling? Are you going to beat United today? Let us know. I've got to make it happen. Yeah, we'll get Angus. I just don't know if I could face to face with Angus listen to some of the nonsense that he comes out with. I just don't. We'd end up talking about Saka for an hour. Phil Foden still dribbling through. Wonderful technique. Out to Grealish. Grealish puts it across and out for a corner. Foden was brilliant there. Just his touch, his control. When people tell me Saka's as good as this boy,
nope.
Not one bit of him.
Saka's too robotic. Saka's too robotic for me. A bit too predictable. I think Foden just has way too many. He has too many tools in his tool set compared to Saka.
Yeah.
Saka's awesome. I really like Saka, but yeah, Foden for me is just better, man, and that's fine because not many players are gifted like Foden are.
Sorry. Kyle Walker's just had a shot from about 40 yards out, which has just gone. Let's see if it was as close as I first thought. He's miles out. A couple of yards wide, so it looked closer. If Nice are in a title race, will they be reluctant to sell to Debo? I mean, Wolves have scored, by the way. Wolves have scored. Kilman scored for them. So Wolves 1, Everton 0.
Happy.
I think the thing is Spurs GCTV. Romano has said that they want 45-50 million euros, and that's why the deal is collapsing. I'm not. After this, I need to go and get my beard sorted out and a haircut. And yeah, so no, I'm not doing another game after this one, but I will be back tomorrow for Tottenham versus Bournemouth. Don't worry about that. Need City and Villa to win by 2. Do you want to know my bet today, Steve?
Yeah, go for it.
I've got a double.
Ooh.
I've got
Burnley. Jesus. What a bear. Shot. Just wide. Go on, sorry.
No, you're cool. I've got half-time, full-time in both the Villa game and the City game.
There you go. That's favorable.
So yeah, I need Villa to score. I've got half-time, full-time in both games. Ed said City in the mood today. Yeah, they've been very good so far, keeping the ball, probing, creating. Everyone else says haircut. Oh yeah, look, I'm I don't know if you can see, I'm fluffy, and this is not. I don't like all this fluff, and this is no, it's not me. Not me. I like it shorter and a bit more trimmed. So Wolves winning again, Steve. They're doing well. This could be 3 wins on the bounce.
Yeah, and they've been outplaying Everton. Everton are they creeping back into it. Harrison trying to feed up. McNeil's got a little bit of space, plays it in. Oh, just wide from Everton. As soon as commentators curse. Oh, they're getting outplayed by Wolves, and they're very close there. There's Burnley on the ball. Good tackle.
Someone said, surprised the barbers won't be shut. My barbers doesn't shut till 7 p.m. My barbers doesn't. Listen, my barber's wicked. You go in there, you get a beer, you have a chat, gives you a massage. Yeah, it's all good, Nice. Hennessy, exclusive. Tottenham are prepared to send the first verbal bid for Radu Dragusin after talks open with Genoa. As revealed last night, Dragusin already said yes. Yeah, listen, for me, this should be a very straightforward deal to get done. I don't want to see 3 weeks of haggling. This should be how much do you want? Oh, you want 32 million euros? Boom, there you go. That's what it should be. Yeah. But let's see. Georgie, 1 foot, Harry Winks raid. Go on, Harry Winks. He's found his level, I think.
And that's fine, because it's not like being a good championship player, that's not a bad way to live, Other people ain't doing really much with their lives, so hey, man, that's.
Is there a goal at Villa?
I don't know. I haven't seen it yet.
Is there a goal at Villa?
I'll see it when
yes, but normally 3 people have said it now. Normally you get 1 person who has a laugh, right? But apparently
it's disallowed. Could be disallowed.
Could be. I hope not, because I've got half-time, full-time.
Watkins on the left. Ollie Watkins cutting in a bit. Watkins. good pass. Leon Bailey, goal. Very good goal from Villa.
Was it
Again,
Bailey?
Ollie Watkins showing top form. Is this guy better than Ivan Toney? That's a question.
I'll tell you what, it's a good debate. They're very different.
Yeah, of course.
Who scored? Was it Watkins?
Not Bailey. But Watkins Watkins received the ball on the left, cut inside, and then found a nice soft pass over to Bailey to slam in. Took a little bit of a deflection, I think, but good goal from Villa.
And I'll tell you what, he's having a good year, isn't he? He's certainly been much better under Unai Emery than he was before. Because Leon Bailey was excellent in Germany.
Oh, he's awesome. One of the best players to watch in Germany, man. He was so much fun to watch.
But I think, Steve, doesn't this go to show that when a player first comes over here and we judge them so quick and say, oh, they can't adapt to the Premier League, some players need time and the right manager. Yes. Yeah. Corner kick's thrown in, and it's a free kick against Man City. I'm not sure what for, and it's going to be a goal kick to Sheffield United. Sheffield United, will they be happy being just the one down? I'm guessing they will.
I mean, probably. If you told Wilder you're only down 1-0 at halftime, you're in the game because it's only a goal. And if you're Sheffield United, would you take a point away to Man City every day of the week? Because every team in the league, maybe in the world, would probably take a draw away to Man City.
Yeah.
So
yeah, smash those likes as well. Only 45% of you have smashed the like button. Smash that like button. Here's Sheffield United. Look at no. Sheffield United have managed just 49 passes so far in the game. 49 passes.
Wow.
Yeah.
McNeil.
Should go with a mohawk. Do you know how old I am? I can't go for a mohawk. I'm not that cool. I don't even know if I'm
you're not Mario Balotelli.
Definitely not Mario Balotelli.
Header. Goal for Burnley. They got one back. It's 1-1.
Why would you do that to me?
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying about Burnley. Good reaction to that goal that they just conceded. They're fearless. Maybe to a fault. Burnley are a bit fearless under company. Sometimes to the benefit, sometimes to the fault. They die by the sword by how they play. They do die by, and it may be the same because we said about Postecoglou, kind of dies by the sword. Sometimes it works. I think the majority of the time you could say it works based off his management career.
Yeah.
Sometimes you will get burnt. Sometimes
of course.
You'll benefit here. Yeah, I like company, man. I like company. If he can keep them up, that'd be a good season. I think that was their goal. Obviously, to just stay in the Premier League. Good goal from Amdouni. Is a header flicked on in the box. Konsa kind of misjudged that. Ramsey takes a stab at it with his leg, but Amdouni had too much power. Nice goal for Burnley.
They've got a real mix of assortments, haven't they, of players, Burnley. They like all over the world they've got these players from. Sheffield United haven't had a touch in the Man City box in 30 minutes. I mean, that's mad, isn't it?
I'm surprised.
Go, when you talk about domination, but it's still only 1-0. It's only 1-0. And all the while the game is 1-0, you don't know what can happen. Here's Kovacic. He's gone with Kovacic alongside Rodri today. I'm expecting second.
Ooh, good Trafford. Very nice goalkeeping. Villa could add a 2-0 in the box. Very good goalkeeping, sweeping it up. Sorry, go on.
No. I was just going to say, I'm expecting to see Kevin De Bruyne at some point today, even if it's for a 10, 15-minute cameo. Not good news for the rest of the league, right?
Yeah, you might need to take a minute or two to kind of get back in the swing of things, but he's a supreme footballer, man. I mean,
he's lovely.
He could, if people, I mean, it's not an overstatement or an overreaction or whatever you want to call it to some people put him in an all-time Premier League 11. He's in with a shout for sure of that. Like
he's brilliant. He can do it all as well. He can do it all, Kevin De Bruyne. Here's Man City driving forward again with Akanji. Look, Sheffield United, when I say they got 10 behind the ball, it is literally 2 banks of 5. Yeah. Like it is City are having to pass, out wide left, out wide right. There's not a lot of space in there. But they'll keep doing. They're used to this, right? They'll keep prodding away.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, ball in behind Burnley. Foster. Good clearance there from Moreno.
Oh, out for a corner for Man City. Savage, you reckon you can't pull off them? Oh God, I'm 41. I can't be walking down the road with a mohawk. I mean, we're talking about David Beckham settings from 2099 or whatever, whenever he did it.
What minute are you at in the City game?
30 in the 33rd minute.
All right, cool. I'm at 33, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25.
Big up, man. We're good. I had a good Christmas. Steve, you had a good Christmas?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. Always good to hang out with the family and watch football and drink a bit and get some presents. Always, man.
Nice. Joshua, what do you mean? Sava, you got your Prem scores together like you did for the Champions League.
Instagram.
I see. No, I didn't do it this week. I've not done it. I've not done it this week. No, it's all a bit bitty this week.
You forgot just like how Emerson Royale forgot how to play the sport of football.
I don't think he ever knew. He's got to be the luckiest person in the world playing for Spurs and Brazil. And Jack Grealish is just hacked down. He's running through 3 players. They've hacked him down. That man gets fouled so many times in a game. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Surprised he's not injured more often.
Yeah, to be fair, he does well to be available, doesn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
Rodri's gone down. He's back up again now, but it looks like he's maybe a bit winded or hurt his stomach.
He's fine. I might be a little bit ahead of you.
Yeah, this is a good point. Yeah, Jack Grealish has got ridiculous calves. Like, no one his size, height-wise, should have calves that big. Sounds like I'm fangirling over Jack Grealish. Body. Jack, notice me. Jack, please.
Oh, you're so big and strong.
Jack, show me your calves. So Man City over the ball here. Bernardo Silva digs it to the back post. It's gone all the way through.
No foul. Wow.
I don't know what happened there. Oh, it looks like he was offside. Yes. Offside. So Bromley, my local team, have equalised at home to Ebbsfleet. Michael Cheek with the goal. I love that. Great surname.
Cheek. That's funny. Oh. Burnley on the counter here.
I'll tell you what. Oh, man. Oh, no.
Foster's one-on-one with Emi Martinez. He scored.
Has he scored?
Oh, Foster. Offside.
Oh, Steve getting excited there. Listen to this. A bloke has just scored for Motherwell, and his name is Thelonious Blair. Thelonious.
I think he's South African, actually.
That's a great name.
Thelonious.
Did I see Rory Jennings? Oh, good God, Rory Jennings. Rory Jennings comments about Bowen replacing Saka in the England starting 11. I tend to agree. I do think that Bowen deserves to play.
In this form, I'd take Bowen over Saka. Saka does really well for England, make no mistake. But I think
again, very different players, and I think that I think for me, Saka just flatters to deceive quite a lot.
Sometimes
he's a very good player, but Arsenal fans have just blown him out of all proportion, Steve. They talk about him like he's Ribery or Robben. You know what I mean? So what's the Burnley goal offside? It's gone to VAR?
They're checking it right now, and it's a tight decision. The foot might be playing him on side there. Foster. They need to just bring an automated offside.
Oh, mate. Yeah.
But they don't have to, bro. I keep telling people the Premier League don't need to do anything because it's the most watched league in the world. They have their money. And that's what it's about. That is what it's a that
cool.
It's as simple as that. So when we say, oh, we need the refs to change and all this stuff, if you hit them in their pockets, they will. They will. If you don't change up if your product is selling out and you are the dominant financial league, you don't need to change anything. Not really, if you keep it up. But if people say, nah, I don't want to pay to watch this, then things will change.
Yeah, by the way, there has been a goal. Brentford did take the lead at Palace, but Palace, with their two best players by a long way, Eze and Elise, have both scored. So Elise got the equaliser. Eze has just scored to make it Crystal Palace 2, Brentford 1. And Brentford
again.
Brentford losing again.
Great block there. Great block there from Brownhill on Ramsey there. Ramsey doing a nice job to separate, get some space. Good shot. Good block, Brownhill. Yeah, Burnley are grafting, man. They're grafting.
Eze is class, top player. Him and Elise I'll take all day, every day. Foxy said Arsenal fans part of the problem for Saka. Instead of criticising him for poor performances, at times they go too far defending him. He has it easy. I agree. When you're at a big club, if you're at a Real Madrid, right, for example, and you don't play well, the fans will tell you.
You'll hear it.
At Arsenal, it's just, oh, poor Saka, he has 2 men marking him. So what? All the best players have 2 players marking them. That's why you're meant to be the best player, right? You have to deal with that. Yeah. Oh, dearie me. It's still Man City 1, Sheffield United 0. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. Sava is overrated and Steve is underrated. I definitely agree with you there. That's part of the problem. I've got it too easy. Criticize me more. That's what I need. More abuse on YouTube is what I need, Steve, in my daily life. I don't get enough of it from day to day. Get me more.
You need more character building.
Yeah. I was the one the other day that said, oh, Sava gets paid, so he deserves the abuse. Oh,
yeah.
Sure.
As if you're getting paid like a Premier League wing, 300 grand.
I don't know how much money people think that you get on YouTube. Like, people seem to think that we do this and we're walking around with like £10,000 a month or something. Like, it's just madness. No. So Crystal Palace 2-1 up against Brentford. There's a great ball by Man City. Can he pull it back? Sheffield United have got so many bodies on the 6-yard box. Whipped in by Grealish. Saved by, who's the goalkeeper? It's Foderingham, isn't it? The goalkeeper. Yes. Here's Kovacic. Ball over the top. Well defended in the end there by Bogle. Well defended by Bogle. And it's still Wolves 1, Everton 0, Palace 2, Brentford 1. Aston Villa have scored, apparently, according to the chat.
Let's see.
According to the chat, Ryan Griffiths and Foxy both giving a goal to Villa to save my half-time, full-time double combo.
Yeah. What do you got for odds on that?
It was only 3-1 for both of them.
What, only $5 on it, 5 to win 15 or something. That would be it.
100 to win 3. Yeah.
Nice goal, Abby. Nice goal.
I'll tell you what, I massively agree with this. I massively think Akanji is underrated. You think they paid £15 million for Akanji, or according to Steve, he was on a free.
I mean, in this, I know, right?
I don't forget, Steve. I didn't forget.
In this market, though, $15 million for a very good defender essentially is free. That's chump change.
That's mate, £15 million.
That's nothing.
And as we talk, just a really good bit of defending there. Really good bit of defending from Akanji. Corner kick's going to be whipped in here by Sheffield United. Headed at goal, and Ederson catches that easily.
Oh, you're way behind me then. Okay. You're way, because I'm at 42-15. You're like a minute and a half, I think, behind. Because I saw that like a minute ago.
Yeah, Phil, listen, the abuse is fine. Listen, most of the abuse I can take. It was just the other night where they were talking about my wife and her personal situation. that first of all makes me question who did it, because that must be someone that knows me. But second of all, it's just not needed. And yes, there are far more positive comments than negatives. So thank you.
VAR is checking out the Villa goal.
Oh, what?
Possible offside.
I tell you what, though. Hasn't VAR, isn't it killing foot? It's like every goal now, isn't it? Every goal is...
In the Premier League, it seems like every single goal. I get it. You want to do due diligence and stuff, but unless it's clear and not, that's the thing. That's the biggest thing that bothers me. It's the clear and obvious. And when I say I don't criticize the VAR, because that's a computer screen. That's not a bad idea in and of itself. It's the implementation of the rules. That's the thing. The people are at error. I don't think, because Jesus, I say this all the time. Me and you, different backgrounds. I've lived in the U.S. I've seen instant replay in all the major sports here, and they gaff it up sometimes, but it works for the most part. I don't think in and of itself is a bad idea, but like they just muffle around with it. They really
I just think anything that takes 3 or 4 minutes to make a decision isn't. It can't be that. Listen, for me to look at a decision. Sorry, for me, if they're going to look at decisions. If it takes 3 or 4 minutes to work it out, it can't be. Give it. Do you know what I mean? If it can't be, I don't know. I just don't like it. Man City 1, Sheffield United 0. 44th minute, the second half. Yes, we need the same offside technology as was in the Club World Cup. Yeah. Yes, I thought that was very, very good. Yeah, absolutely, George. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Phil, it's a question with VAR. Would we want it back if the refs get massive decisions wrong? I think the thing for me, Phil, is only my opinion, is I still think they get decisions wrong now with VAR. So for me, I'd rather the human eye gets it wrong. Yeah. Right? I'd rather that the human eye gets it wrong and we talk about after the game and go, bad decision, rather than VAR stopped a game for 4 or 5 minutes, still got it wrong. Like, you look, right? The controversial one the other night from Arsenal-West Ham game was it in, was it out? Right? It doesn't matter what happens. People are still going to say either way it was wrong or right. But do you know what I mean? Either way, you've still got people now going, that's mad. So it's not like everyone goes, well, no, to be fair, it's cleared up. So for me, I didn't think there was anything wrong with football before VAR. I do love goal line technology. I think that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Because that's an absolute.
That takes seconds.
Yeah, he goes, he looks at his watch. No, not over the line. Carry on. Love that. But games are now 100, 105 minutes. Players are getting injured more. Yeah. Players are standing around for 4 or 5 minutes at a time in the cold. I just don't need it. Here's Rodri, has had a shot from 25 yards. It's flown.
Only 1 minute added on in the City game. It's probably about right. Only a minute added.
Yeah, not a lot is really. I mean, this has been. If on a training ground you said, right, today we're doing attack v defense. That's what this is. Yeah. And City are just trying to prod and probe, and Sheffield United are just trying to hit that long counter.
Save Martinez. Bit of a weak shot, but made Martinez stretch forward a bit. I guess if you're Sheffield United, the big thing is about, especially, this is something where you could say, especially in the Premier League, some people just say it for no reason, just to whatever. This is, if it's goal difference separates you on a tiebreaker, that's big. So some leagues don't have that. I'm so offended. Oh my God.
Donna Cullen, you don't give up, do you? You do not give up, Donna. Pyramid Schemer said, big up man like Sav. Give him a sub. He has decent football knowledge, Yeah, I try my best, Pyramid Scheme. I try my best. No. I try my best. Man City 1, Sheffield United 0 at half-time. The half-time whistle has gone here. It is Wolves 1, Everton 0 coming up to half-time there. Is Villa Burnley half-time yet?
Nah, there's 7 minutes added on in the Villa game.
Oh, God, no one wants to see that.
2.5 minutes in.
Let me quickly see if I can go over to Aston Villa and get the game. I've got it on 46 minutes and 55 seconds. Am I behind?
Sorry, what was the time?
47 exactly now.
Yeah, I'm 50 seconds ahead.
Yeah, oh, never mind. I won't watch that. I'll just rely on you. I'll just rely on you to tell me what's going on there. Yeah. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe to the channel. It is much appreciated. I really do appreciate all of your support, as we're not far away now from 12,100. So we're moving up. We're moving up. The link is in the chat, and please go and subscribe to Strasbourg Steve as well. Please do that. That would be appreciated from both of us. I just need Villa to get to halftime. For my bet, selfishly for my bet. And the link is now in the chat. So please do that. Catalano for said, in Spain, it's head-to-head if level on points. Yes, very different to Premier League, I think, is goal difference, right? I think that's the first port of call. Amy said there's 6 minutes added on for Palace and Brentford. Look who it is. It's Mile High Hotspur, Leo. Big up, Leo. Hope you're well, brother. We are well, and I'm loving that little thumbnail picture. Loving that, dude. Looks like you've got a lovely tan in that picture. I'm not sure how real that is. But listen, I hope you are tanned. Yes, Philly 2109. Big up to you, brother. Hope you are well. So 15 million on the lottery tonight. Might as well play it. I don't mind winning 15 million, Steve.
Yeah.
I think it'd be all right, wouldn't it? Winning 15 million. Everyone in the chat, any scores surprising you at the moment? I believe that's all 4 home teams winning. Is that right? Yeah. City winning 1-0, Villa winning 2-1, Palace winning 2-1, and Wolves winning 1-0. They're in the 6th minute of injury time at the moment against Everton. Looks like that should be halftime very, very soon. There's the halftime whistle at Wolves. So it is Wolves 1, Everton 0. Max Kilman, the captain, with a goal. And Gary O'Neill's just going about his business nicely there, isn't he?
You know what it is with the O'Neill thing, right? People were freaking out. The world was ending because Bournemouth got rid of him and he saved them from relegation. But if you actually watch Bournemouth, yeah, they got results, but Bournemouth have a project going on there where they actually want to take it to another level. They want to try to get to like a Europa Conference League, Europa League spot. They want to try to climb up. They've got a bit of ambition. And they just decided that they wanted to move on and bring in Areola from Rayo Vallecano. Really good manager. I like what he did there. So people were acting like it was the end of the world just because Bournemouth had some ambition. And because people didn't watch Bournemouth or they don't watch the Bournemouth channels, they assumed a lot of things. And it was like actually a lot of Bournemouth fans were like, you know what? Let's, it's not the end of the world that we're moving on because we see what the club is doing. And it's worked out for all parties involved. It's worked out for Wolves. It's worked out for Bournemouth. It's worked out for Gary O'Neill. And it's worked out for Iraola. Albeit both of them kind of slipped up at the beginning of the season, but they're really strong form now. Bournemouth are the form team of the league right now. They've got 5 wins out of 6, 4 out of 5. They're in awesome form. Regularly scoring 2-3 goals a game. It's going to be a good game tomorrow when they play you guys, Spurs. That'll be a really interesting game. Good clash of styles. So.
Absolutely. By the way, I've just put in a few people have asked about Steve's channel. I've just put the link in there at the bottom. It will end by saying Strasbourg Steve. There you go. I'll show you. There it is. Please go and subscribe to Steve. Let's get this guy to 1K. I mean, you're only a couple of hundred away from the 1K now, right?
Yeah, I'm 60.
Yeah, come on. Guys and girls, let's go and have a little bit of a subscribe party. If you press that button, it doesn't make you leave this page. Just go on there, smash subscribe. That would be much appreciated. Yes, Donna Cullen, I'm getting to your question.
Big up, Ryan Griffiths. Thanks, bro.
Mr. Savra, I want you to discuss the chances of Aston Villa winning the league. Not for me, Steve. Not for me. I don't think they've got enough to win a league title.
Well, let's do the percentage game. So who do you have in the title race? Obviously, City, Liverpool, Arsenal. We'll throw Villa in for now because they are at the points and maybe even throw in Spurs. I think those are the 5 best teams in the league. And let's look at the points. You know, you guys are only 6 behind Arsenal. Villa currently are second place, 42, tied with Liverpool, only behind in goal difference. If we're going to do percentages, so you got those 5 teams. West Ham, I don't think they're in the title race. They're on 33. So let's do those 5. I'm giving Man City 50. And then we got 4 left.
I don't think the 4. Here's the difference between me and you. I just think it's.
I'm talking right now.
Do you know what? I think it is? At the risk of being bombarded, I think it's 2. I think there's only 2 that can win this league.
See, here's the thing. I think Man City will win the league by like 10. I'm just talking right here, right now.
Yeah, no, I hear you. For me,
go on.
For me, I think it's Man City or Liverpool. I think Man City. I think Liverpool finished second, but I still don't think that Arsenal. I don't think they've got enough. I look at that. I look at their front 3 and it looks really lackluster. Yeah. Like, do you know their front 3 between them? Right, their front 3 between them have scored 10 goals all season between them.
That's not good.
Right. That's 5 for Saka, and 2 of those have been, I believe, penalties. I think he's got 3 open play goals.
Keep in mind, Hwang at Wolves by himself, 11. Solanke by himself, 12.
12,
yes. 7. Isak, 8. 15. So
there we go. Look, here we go. We've got 1 that's sub to Steve, 2 that's sub to Steve, 3, 4. Come on. And yes, as Timmy said, oh God, I haven't seen that for ages. As Timmy said, stop being tight on the likes. We've only got 75 likes. We should have 100 easily. So let's smash that button. SPS said, no way. City wins the league for 10 points. I think they will win it. I don't think it's going to be 1 or 2 points. I think they'll win it by 7 or 8 or something like that. I do. I think that here's my thing on it, Steve. Man City, everyone says they've been terrible. They've not been terrible. They've just not been Man City, right? They've won 2 of their last 7, right? Yeah. And in that time, bearing in mind, it was 1 in 6 at one point. You're thinking to yourself, right, Liverpool and Arsenal had to have pulled away during that time. And in that time, Arsenal won 1 of 4. Liverpool drew 2 of 4. Yeah. And you're thinking City must have been, while they're at the World Club Cup, going, none of these teams are taking advantage. None of these teams are pulling away from us. So that's the thing for me, that I just think that City will pull up. It's just me. I might be wrong.
Yeah.
I think everyone more in hope than expectation prays that City don't win it again, right? But for me, I think they will.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. So my percentage thing, I'll throw those other 3 in there just to show what I think. So
yeah, go for it, man.
I think Man City, not 50. I'll go 60. And then I'll go with Liverpool are the 20. So then you're at 80. And then I think you could have Villa 5%, Spurs 5%, Arsenal 10. I think that's probably what I'd go with.
Big up, Jonathan.
Villa get that 5% for me because of the fact that if you look at the calendar year of 2023 and their points that they've gained under Unai Emery is second behind City. So that's pretty crazy considering Arsenal had that lead and all that. I think it could be. Yeah, go for it.
God, I'm not going anywhere. The dog is. Hang on one sec.
Yeah, you're good.
Jesus, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want?
Thanks everybody for subscribing. Really appreciate it.
What do you want? Why? I love it. I just heard this like muffled because I got my headphones on, like this kind of banging at the door, and I've let him in. And what do you want? What do you want?
He just wants you to look at him.
What do you want?
That's it.
What do you want? You want to watch the football?
That's all these little dogs.
Oh, what do you want? What do you want? Oh, what do you want? Oh, what do you want? Funny. Come on, what do you want? Oh, what do you want? You want to say hello to Steve? You want to say hello to Steve? There he is, look.
He's so cute.
Steve.
He's so cute.
You got your Fulham colours on. Okay, can you hear him breathing? Like,
Yep. That's funny.
Love you, mate.
Funny.
Thank you. Oh, kisses as well. Kisses as well. Look at his teeth. Look, because he gets his teeth stuck in his lip. Look, can you see it? Look.
Yeah.
Oh, Stewie, you're a pretty little boy, aren't you?
He's so cute.
I love it. He's such a good-natured boy as well. He really is a lovely boy. It's just when he sees animals on the TV, he loses his mind. Oh, did my screen just go a bit weird?
What do you mean? You good? What happened?
We good?
Yeah, I see. Yeah, no, everything's fine on my end.
We good? Hang on, what's happened? My screen's just gone a bit funny there. I don't know what happened. Never mind. Hang on. Let's see what happened there. I think I pulled it with my. There we go. So half times. Crystal Palace 2, Brentford 1 at Selhurst Park. It is Manchester City 1, Sheffield United 0 at the Etihad. At Molineux, Wolves 1, Everton 0, and at Villa Park, it's Aston Villa 2, Burnley 0. Burnley playing well by all accounts from what I am seeing and hearing, but 2-1 down. They can't stop conceding goals. Fabrizio Romano has just said something. Let's see what Fabrizio Romano has just said. Eric Bailly has joined Villarreal from Besiktas on a 2-year deal. So there's that.
Bailly was that Villarreal, actually. I think he was. He was at Man United bought him from Villarreal, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I think he did as well, didn't he? Let's just see if anything else.
Villarreal needs some help. Let's see.
Thiago Silva, no, but yeah, that's the latest from him. I think I saw something there from. Did I see something there from Ornstein? I'll catch up to that in a minute. Jonathan, big up for subscribing to Steve. Absolutely Ryan. Absolutely, Ryan. People should be liking and subscribing. KDB to come back and will be top assister. Listen, he's a world-class footballer. And that phrase, as we know, is always overused, but not when it comes to KDB. Sorry, what's going on with my camera? There we go. Is that better? Was it? I don't know. I don't think anything actually happened, but yes. Who else we got in the chat? If you read this, I will like, said Mass that goat. Well, I'm reading it, so you like and subscribe, my friend. Big up to you. Big up to BVB David in the chat. Big up to Daniel E. Ryan has said that City just haven't killed teams off this season when they've gone ahead. Villa the only team to pump them. John Kramer said White Sox are the most unachieving team in baseball. I don't know anything about baseball, so I have to dip out of that one. Yeah. George, big up George, who has gifted 1 Football Heritage TV membership. Let's see who got that. George gifted that, and it went to Foxy, a very worthy recipient. So big up to you, Foxy. Joshua said, Sava, I'm going with what Jose said: 51 City, 49 Liverpool, Arsenal, no chance. Yeah, Jose does like to say some things, doesn't he? Good old Jose.
Speaks his mind. Bro, about Jose, when people say he's finished at the top level, I don't really know what they mean by that for me. Because bro, if you give Mourinho, let's say we do move on from Eddie Howe at Newcastle. Yeah, it would be unfortunate, but let's just be honest. Let's be brutally honest, as you say. Yeah, football is sports at the pro level. When you have millions of dollars, sometimes billions on the line, it's ruthless. You know what I'm saying? So if that does happen, let's say Mourinho would be up on the list for me. I take him at Newcastle all day, every day. You give him money, you give him a squad that he can mold in his image, sign me up. Because what does history say? What does history say when you give him money and players to work with? It's for me, I would still do it. If you look at Roma and there's
hello. Sorry, go on.
You're good. Look, when you give Mourinho a squad that you have at Roma, you get the results that you do at Roma, right? Especially in Serie A when it's been really competitive and stuff like that. You have Cristante, who's an Italian McTominay, super limited player. You have Mancini, who's a good defender, but he loses his head. He loses his head, bro. You know, like Llorente, Rui Patricio's an all right goalkeeper. You have Dybala and Lukaku Pellegrini and Spinazzola, those players are pretty good. Other than that, and Zalewski, the Polish kid as well, at right back. If you give him that and you said you'd get a Europa Conference League title, Europa League final, you finish top 6 in Serie A, that's about all that I think he can do at Roma.
I agree. I agree. I get people going, oh, well, look, he's not doing it at Roma. And I'm like, well, Roma haven't got the squad of the other clubs. Roma have got some good players, but I don't believe Roma should be winning things there. If he gets them, I mean, let's have a look at the Italian league table, shall we? So if we look at the Italian league table right now, oh, that's the English table.
Roma 7th.
Italy. So Roma are 7th, 3 points off of 5th. And 5 points off of a game in hand, by the way. They've got a game in hand and they're 5 points off of the top 4. He does a good job. He does do a good job. Yeah. They don't concede too many either. He does quite well there. Look,
they have no budget to work with either. Sorry to cut you off. I was just going to say, Roma have no budget to work with either because they haven't been in Champions League for quite a long, come up on 5 years, I think. So they don't have the budget. They're getting in free transfers like Aouar. I think, who's a Portuguese midfielder? The one that played at Swansea and Benfica and Bayern. So,
Renato Sanchez.
Yes, him. He's injury prone, but that's a good player to get on a loan from Paris Saint-Germain. So look, he's doing all he can, Jose. He's doing all he can. And he won a European title there. And that's what they can do right now. So I don't know why people think it would be a bad idea if he went to somewhere like a Newcastle where we have a lot of money and we're trying to progress up. Like I would do that. I would give that a shot. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. No, it's what it is at the end of the day. But
yeah. By the way, the second halves have kicked off. By the way, Angus, I'm just going to put it out there. When you say these sort of things again, listen, if Arsenal do sign Tony, the guy, I don't care if he's been training. He hasn't been playing. Don't expect him to be match fit immediately. Yeah. But when you say things like this, if Tony joins and you don't win the league, what's the excuse? Because right now you're pinning all your hopes on we sign Ivan Toney. I don't think Angus, you don't learn from 1 week to the next, which I think is adorable. But I do. I think it's funny because he never learns. Like he comes in, we're going to batter West Ham. They don't. Next week, we're going to batter them, and they don't. We're going to batter Spurs. We're going to batter Liverpool at their ground. Like he said, we'll beat Liverpool 2-0 at their ground. You know, it's kind of like Groundhog Day where at no point does he sit back and go, oh, let me not make such outrageous statements and hopefully be surprised. But
Sava, what did we just talk about 2 minutes ago with Jose and the squad he has at Roma? You look at it and you say that's a team that is going to struggle in the league, probably 6th, 7th, 5th, maybe. Maybe they could squeeze 4th with Napoli being out of form. But then you've got Bologna and Fiorentina doing, really well. So it's about looking at the squad and looking at what do you think they are able to achieve. And for me, like I said with Roma, Jose's done as much as I think he possibly could. And Arteta,
I agree.
He's done as much as he could, I think, at Arsenal with the squad you have. That's what it is. And the thing is with Tony, he would be a great purchase for Arsenal, but who's to say? Your attackers that have been there for years, aside from Jesus, it's the second year. Martinelli's been there for 4 years. Saka's been there for 4 years, and they're struggling in the way that Arsenal are playing. So who's to say that
there's nothing to say that they can't get. Listen, I'm not saying that front three might not click into gear. I still just don't think it's enough to get over the line in a title race.
No,
and that is the big difference to me. Yeah. I talk about this all the time. Until someone's got over the line, they haven't. I know that sounds really basic, but getting over the line is the biggest thing to do in sport. And I've got no evidence this Arsenal team can. There's no evidence to say just chuck in Ivan Toney and all of a sudden they're the best team. I still think that he's not getting it right in midfield.
No.
I still think they look very lackadaisical at the back.
They're crossing the ball to nobody. They're crossing the ball to nobody. You look at these crosses that Saka puts in and Martinelli, like, who are they crossing the ball to? Jesus is not a dominant aerial presence by any means. So you can only really play on the floor, and they figured it out. So Arsenal are a good team, but I don't think they're gonna win the title. I don't think they're contenders. But if they do, if they do it, then they do it. We all get takes wrong. That's fine. So I don't know, Angus. The optimism is I get it, obviously, but I mean,
apparently, we've got the here we go from Fabrizio Romano for Dragusin to Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, that's
let's have a look. Is this the case? Fabrizio Romano, everyone's saying it. Let's have a look.
Man, I wanted him at Newcastle. We were linked with him apparently a little bit too. I think a few months ago. Fucking hell. Yeah, it's gonna be a great signing.
I haven't seen it. I haven't got Twitter, so I don't know about the X page. I haven't seen it, but
people will talk about if everything goes to plan and he, does this. Oh my God! Wow, a good footballer can play in multiple leagues and look good. If he does that, right? People are gonna be saying this guy's a top center half. This guy is Saliba is crap compared to him, bro. They're gonna be talking about him in that vein. Because I rate Dragusin. I've been very impressed, impressed. So that's gonna be a good signing. I also
I can't. Have you got X?
Twitter, yeah.
Could you do me a favor? Could you check Romano? I can't find it. I've checked his Instagram page. It's not on there. For me, it seems a bit strange that 1 hour ago we hadn't accepted, we hadn't even submitted a bid, and then an hour later, here we go. I just don't believe this.
No, that's not, the only one is from 3 hours ago, which is the one that's saying that the verbal bid. That's it. There's no here we go. So
big up, Nick. Yeah, sorry, mate. I haven't seen my let's see what was sent.
Yeah, it's not on Fabrizio's thing. It is not.
The deal will be sealed by next week. Let's be fair.
How many times have we heard that with Spurs, though?
Don't. I mean, it makes you laugh, doesn't it? Like, we wouldn't pay for Todibo, so we've gone for something a little bit cheaper. But hey, it's all right. I'm happy with that.
It's a great alternative. It might be a happy accident like Vicario. It might be, but you're right. It's a principle. It's a principle of it. They're not willing to spend big money. But then it makes you question, why aren't you trying to find a cheaper, better alternative to Brennan Johnson? I like Brennan Johnson, but
I'm not a fan. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Brennan Johnson. I'll be brutally honest with you. I think he's very one-dimensional.
It's fine if you're one-dimensional. By the way, it's fine to be one-dimensional if you're just amazing at it. If you're unstoppable at it.
Yeah.
But even
here's Phil Foden. So I think Man City here, if I'm not wrong, Man City have bought on Oscar Bob for Grealish.
That you know what it is. Unless it's an injury knock, I'll put that out there first. If I'm Chris
by the way, John, Dragusin. Sorry, Todibo would have taken too long. Why?
Yeah, what?
Like, come on. Todibo would have taken too long because he cost 15-20 million euro more. Let's call it for what it is. Let's call it what it is.
It's Daniel Levy getting lucky again. Essentially, his cheapskate ways have managed to, so fair play on that. But you're gonna slip up one of these times.
By the way, just quickly, when we're saying hearing the name of Romano is boring, but Mark, unfortunately, he's the only one that you look to and go, okay. I don't listen to DiMarzio. I don't listen to all these. When he says it,
a lot of gossip. DiMarzio and the Portuguese and Spanish is sometimes some gossip. Yeah. Or Sky. Or not Sky, sorry. 2-0 Wolves, by the way. Who is it? No, it's the Sun. The Sun is some gossip too. Yeah, 2-0 Wolves. Hey, Ryan Griffiths, man, you stay winning.
2-0 Wolves.
Wolves have been good. Wolves have been good. I watched them play Brentford as well midweek. They are really just finding a groove. I would not be surprised if they end up maybe 8th, maybe just missing the Europa League conference. So I would not be. They're a good team, man. To think that they lost some of those key players, Neves, not Mourinho, Moutinho, the midfielder, he was there for years, linchpin in the midfield, steady presence. You lose who's the other player they lost?
That's a great ball through to Phil Foden. He's taken the keeper on. Well defended in the end. It was a ball through the middle. Lovely touch by Foden. Tried to take around the keeper, but 2 defenders got back to him as well. Really good play from City. Who you would think I think the second goal will kill this game. At the moment, Oscar Bob slips it into Foden. Back to Oscar Bob.
Guardiola.
Oh, and Alvarez should have scored. Alvarez should have scored. Put the shot high and wide. I don't know if you saw it. Should have been 2. Should have been 2.
Oh, yeah, I'm ahead of you. I saw that. That's why I haven't said it. Yeah. Because I'm at 55, 57, 58, 59. I'm on 56 exactly.
Oh, wow. On the City game?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You're miles ahead of me.
Yeah, Peacock here in the US is in the future, bro.
Right, hang on, man. Hang on. Yeah, let me try Peacock because I can't be a minute behind. Peacock what? I've got Peacock 1, Peacock 2, Peacock 3.
One of them has it. Yeah, actually, let me just hold. I'll hush. I'll send. Hold on.
Hang on. What you want? 50? What's the minutes you on the City game?
56, 38, 39, 56.
Oh my God. My Peacock's on 54.
Check your WhatsApp. Just make sure you have a VPN that swoops to the, the red, white, and blue. Give me 2 seconds. Let me, okay. Yeah, just check your WhatsApp in like 2 minutes. Let me just turn that off. What account is this?
Yeah, Mark, I know. Mark, I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant, mate. Don't worry. I didn't take it personally. I know what you meant.
I'll just create another account. It's $6 a month. Yeah. Peacock. But yeah, no. About Dragusin, man, he's
a good player.
He is a stud. So again, Levy is getting lucky being a cheapskate because he's stumbling upon a good cheaper alternative. So but that's gonna bite you in the ass one of these days. It's gonna bite you in the ass where you have premium option at 55, 45, 50 around that range, and you take the 30 million player and he stinks it out and he flops. That's gonna be a problem. But Dragusin, I don't think will. I don't think so. But you never know. He could. Who knows? Maybe he has injury problems. Maybe he has injury problems. Maybe he does something, big injury and his career's never. Who knows? So, look, on paper, that's an exceptional move. I really like Dragusin. I've been talking about him all season. My favorite thing about Dragusin, he relishes getting dirty, physical. He loves it.
Without getting booked, though.
Yes. Yeah, he has 2, 3 yellow cards, maybe, no reds. He is the perfect example of someone that has aggression with a purpose. And it's not out of control. So that's what it is. That's what I really like about him. And he's just everything in the air is his. He owns the airspace, He's quality, man.
John, I hear this sort of thing all the time, but look, sometimes if you want your first choice, you've got to pay for your first choice. I don't think somebody asking for 45, 50 million euros is messing around. For me, if he's your first choice player, go and get your first choice player. But me having said that, I like Dragusin. So it's not me saying, oh my God.
I probably rate Dragusin a little bit higher than Todibo. But what I will say is I've seen more of Todibo over the years than Dragusin. I watched a few Genoa Serie B games last year, and I was like, he looks decent. Let me see what happens when he takes that step up. And this year he's been outstanding. Probably one of the better center backs in Serie A this season that I've seen. Along with your Bastoni, Bremer. Gatti's actually done really well. So yeah, he's.
Tell you what, how much of the football here are Man City having? It's absolutely madness how much of the football they have. It's
oh yeah.
Sheffield United are defending really, really well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And somebody's just said it's 2-0 City. I'm still on the 58 minutes 25 seconds.
Let's see. I'm gonna log out of this. Hold up. Can I just log out of this?
Cool. I'm at the moment a corner. Ake's headed it high and over the bar. God, I must be way behind. Ryan, I feel like I'm miles away. In my app, City have just had a corner and Ake's just headed it high and wide over the bar. So God knows where. Hang on. Sheffield United playing the ball out from the right back. They've played it down the line. Ake's got the ball in his own half. That's how far away I am. And apparently there's been a red card at Villa as well. Can we, to who? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm about to, let's see. I'm about to see it here. Louise.
Am I about to see a goal? Right. Right. For who?
Second yellow for Sander Berge. He was grabbing at McGinn's shirt. Wait.
Hang on. Kovacic out wide to, I'm guessing the goal's coming here to Akanji to Rodri. He's beating the press. Back to Alvarez. Back to Akanji to Walker out wide to Silva into Foden out wide to Vardiol. I am so far away from this goal going in. Lovely ball from Kovacic through to Foden. Foden out wide to Oscar Bob. Oscar Bob down the line to Foden. Foden pulls it across. Wonderful goal. That's how far away I am. And Wolves are 3-0 up.
Hey, what did I say before the... Oh, nice toe poke there from Dawson.
Mate, I can't keep watching this app when I'm this many minutes behind. This is mental. Hold on.
Let me send you... I'm trying to think here. How do I fucking log out of this?
Yeah, let's see if I can find...
Here, I'll check here. I might log out of this Peacock account so I can get you in on my other one.
And Palace are 3-1 up. Elise scored. That's come up on my app. That's come up in real time. Can't.
Let me send you the Peacock stuff. Hold up. Exactly that. Get out of this too.
I just love it when all the games are live. Do you know what I mean? It's so much easier.
Yeah, Diaby shot. Ooh, over the bar. Just barely. Yeah, Saab, let me send you something. Hold up. Just have a VPN spoof it to the great American paradise. The land of the USA. Just spoof it to that. Where is it? There it is.
I tell you what, Wolves, fantastic there. Wolves 3, Everton 0. You think Spurs scraped past this Everton team last week. Wolves 3-0. City cruising. It's been a very easy game for them. And Kevin De Bruyne is coming on.
Yeah.
Look at you, Ryan. 4-1 midweek, 3-0 today. You guys are winning the Premier League, aren't you?
Slamming in goals for. Hey, I said 3-0 Wolves before the game started, so I saw it playing out exactly like this, exactly, because they just have. When Everton come up against a dynamic team in form away from home, they can't get caught wanting a little bit. So, yeah, I good prediction from me, I guess.
Mate, I get sent this sort of thing all the time. I go onto the apps, it never works. Yeah, Ryan, it must be. Yeah, you're doing well. You're doing well on Wolves. This is going to be your 3rd win in a row, right?
Check your WhatsApp.
Look at my WhatsApp.
Yes.
Right, let's see what my man Steve has sent me.
Yes.
I love that password. I love that password, Steve. Hang on, you've sent me 2 accounts.
Yeah, so try both, because I have 2.
Right, okay.
It's $6 a month. So what I do is, my buddies, like you in the UK, I have a few buddies in the UK that can't watch the 3 p.m. games. So I'll just send it over if you have a VPN. Yeah, man. Here's Burnley in possession, trying to get something. Vitinho over to Jordan Bayer.
You know that second password?
Yeah.
Oh, the exclamation mark's important.
Yes. Yeah, they wouldn't be there for. Yeah, they wouldn't be there.
I didn't know if you were just emphasizing a point. And right, I just go on to what the Peacock. Do I download the Peacock app?
Are you watching on a phone or on
phone?
Go on. Okay, so make sure your VPN's on the US. Make sure it is, and then go on Safari, and then go on Google, type in Peacock, and then log in through there. I think that should work.
Peacock TV.
Yeah, just go on Google and type in Peacock. Yeah, Peacock.
It's just Peacock in the UK.
Oh, what? There's a UK one? Damn.
Hang on. I'll tell you. Let me try this. I'll try and sign into here. I think I've got it right. Hang on.
Yeah.
All of this to watch football.
I know, right? Yeah. Here's Wolves now.
Oh, do you know what? Do you know what? Oh, I don't.
Uh-oh, that's
take me so long to.
That's all right.
I'll just get to it, right? I'm in the 66th minute. You know what? It will be what it will be. Bromley 4, Ebbsfleet 1. Go on the Bromley, just down the road here.
Hey, Donna Cullen, I'll do whatever I want. All right? That's all I'm going to say about that.
Right, okay. Pyramid Scheme is trying to sell Footy Bite. Right, what am I talking? Okay, let's find Footy Bite and see what happens. Footy.
Do you have a VPN?
Hang on. Footy Bites. Yeah, Footy Bites. Let's have a
look. Substitution for Villa. Clement Longley is off for Pau Torres, who's been awesome. Think about that. I think they only paid 25-30 million for Pau Torres from Villarreal. Excellent signing again for a really decent price. If they sold him, they could make double. Maybe 55, 60. I would not be surprised. He's worth it. And hey, Sava, again, a team that has some center back depth. Carlos, Torres, Konsa, and what's his face? Longley and Mings, who's been injured since the first game of the season. He got injured versus Newcastle. So they have 5 center backs and they're making it work. So it's a squad game.
So there you go. By the way, Walker and Kovacic off, and it looks like Rico Lewis and Ruben Diaz on.
Is it working?
I'm going to try it again when I'm not in the last 20 minutes of games and fiddling about on a live stream. But I'll have to find something for tomorrow for Spurs.
Bailey, big save Trafford again.
Villa, what's the Villa score? Villa is still 2-1, right?
Yeah, and they're shooting on sight right now versus Burnley. Trafford made 2 really good saves. Really good saves. Jesus.
Right, so Villa's still 2-1. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, still.
I love the people in the chat. They really do do sport. By the way, we have only got 92 likes, though. That should be on 120. Let's smash that like button, people. Keep it coming. And in terms of subscribers, thank you to everyone. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, because of your stupid thing, I'm getting all these porn things that pop up. I have to block. Oh, God.
Wait, what?
Oh, I'm getting... Oh, it's because I tried to go onto Footy Bites.
Oh, that's
tries to send you all this. Do you want to meet nice girls in your area?
15 miles away, the local MILFs and all that.
It's like, do you want to meet 30-year-olds in your area? No, I want to watch Man City versus Sheffield United. Oh, come on.
Crazy.
Big up to everyone who has subscribed as well. Thank you so much. We are only 31 away from 12,100. So thank you. If anyone would subscribe, I'm going to put the link in the chat. There it is. There's Steve's. I'll put Steve's in first. Go and subscribe to Strasbourg, Steve, and let's get Steve over to oh, it's saying there's been an error. Hang on, why is there an error there?
That's 778. The subscribers.
And wicked. Come on, let's get Steve to at least 800, man. 22 more of you. There's the link. Look, here it is. There's the link to Steve. No, it's not. That's completely not the link to Steve. There's the link to Steve. Yeah. Get over there. Get this guy to 800. Once he gets to 1,000, he can start earning revenue. So get him to 1,000. Show some love.
It's not that. It's the watch minutes. Because actually, they lowered the thing. It lowered it from
It's both, isn't it?
It lowered it to 1,000. Maybe it might be different in the UK to US, but like if I go on YouTube, if I go on YouTube Studio, go to earn, I have the eligibility because I've got 700. Hey, I got 2 more subs. Big up.
Wicked.
I'm at 780, and it says 500 is all you need. So it's the public watch hours, which I'm doing well on. 2,300 out of 3,000. So only 700 more watch hours. A lot.
By the way, I don't think De Bruyne's on yet. I'll be surprised though if we don't see De Bruyne get at least 10 minutes at the end of the game. I'm in the 72nd minute, 71st minute here for Manchester City versus Sheffield United. Bromley 4, Ebbsfleet 1, Edinburgh 2, Hamilton Academicals 5. I love that name, the Hamilton Academicals. City, this has been a very comfortable game. I know people will say, oh, it's only 2-0. It's been so comfortable, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think Pep, but you know what the beauty is? Pep will still be pissed off after the game.
Oh,
he wants more, he wants more, he wants more. And that's how you do it, man. That's how you have to do it at the top teams. It's never enough. You got to keep striving for greatness every day. Good save Pickford on Hwang. Jesus.
I'll tell you what, the more I watch Phil Foden, the better and better he's getting. The better and better he's getting.
Oh, if you go on his Wikipedia, look at his honors. It's ridiculous.
Oh, at the age of 23.
The only player I could think of that had that stacked of a resume at such an early age was Coleman, Kingsley Coleman. Because he's won the league title every year.
Oh, yeah.
Career. He had one at Juve, one at Paris Saint-Germain, and then all of them at Bayern. And he's got a Champions League. Scored the winner in the final too, so he earned it. Pokals and yeah, man, he's won the. Did he win the World Cup or did he get injured?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
I'll look that up. But yeah, that's the only player I could think of that has that stacked of a resume at this young age.
Apparently, Elise has come close to getting a hat trick for Crystal Palace today. Brentford are in trouble. Do you know what? I think it would be absolute football suicide for them to sell Tony in this window. I think they need him to stay up.
They're going to keep him. They will keep him.
I think they might say to him, "We will let you go in the summer, but we need you. We need you for the next 5 months to help us stay up."
Good ball from Wolves.
Sheffield United, I would say can't even get in the City box, right?
Hwang 4.
No.
4 for Wolves.
Wow.
Offside, but they might check it. Let's see.
Everyone's saying they think it's off. Oh, in the Man City game, the goalkeeper
Fotheringham
had the ball on the 6-yard box. Fotheringham. He took so long playing out. It was a throw-in. They played it back to him. No one near him. He took so long dilly-dallying on the ball. Alvarez came in. By the time he kicked it against Alvarez's leg, and it went just over the bar. That could have been 3-0. This has been utter domination, like utter domination. If I'm honest, for anyone not watching this game, they can't even get into the final third, let alone into the Man City box.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I would say this as well, Daniela. I would say that Ivan Toney owes Brentford. I would say, do us a favour. Mate, it's not a competition for me, Arian. I'm sorry. It's not a competition. I like Klopp, but Pep for me changed football.
Pep all day.
Pep all day long for me.
And that's fine to be second place to Pep. That's fine.
Yes.
It's fine. Just like we were talking about with Saka Foden. It's fine if he's not better because not many are.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's top of the line stuff. So, look, it's not a bad thing because Klopp is still in that top 5 managers in the world, no doubt. So, it's not a bad thing. But, yeah, man, Pep has been doing this for 15 years now. He was a good player. How good of a player was he?
Class. Who? Pep Guardiola?
Yeah.
Oh, sheer class, Steve. Think of Rodri, Busquets. Just a quality footballer. Good shot there from Phil Foden. Low save from Foderingham. Quality footballer, Steve.
Like, was he World 11 quality for the time?
Class. Wow. Well, the problem is at that time there were players everywhere. But what a top player Pep Guardiola was, top manager, just up there. He's just different, right?
He's and it's similar to Ancelotti. Ancelotti was a brilliant player too, and then he's carried it on. Sometimes you're just not good at what you do. It's crazy. So it's not a bad thing. Not a bad thing to be second place.
Burnley have equalised apparently against Aston Villa.
Let's see. Oh, Lyle Foster is in. Lyle Foster! He's done it!
It's no good for Akawatch.
He's done it. It's 2-2. They're down to 10.
Are Aston Villa going to drop a third game in a row? It's gone to VAR. Of course it's gone to VAR. Everything goes to VAR. Killing football, VAR.
That's an excellent finish. Excellent finish.
Is there a need for it to go to VAR, Steve, or are we just being
I don't really think so. Let me see it again. This is all right. They're showing the replay now. So there's a goal kick from Trafford to the right. Little flick on header. That's onside.
Let me have a look.
That should be on. That looks on.
Right, I've just flicked over. Let's have a look. It's just
that's
too.
Onside. That's onside.
There's too many checks, aren't there? There's too many checks in football.
Oh yeah. No, and again, that's not
being given. Apparently, it's being given. Aston Villa with 11 men. I mean, what is happening to Aston Villa? Why are they looking at this? Let's have a look. What are we looking at?
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with that goal.
That is miles onside.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's where the rules are wrong, Steve. There is no need for that to be looked at in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah. No, and again, that's not the computer screen's fault. That's because of the protocol.
And hang on, they're saying another red card for Burnley? Or
I think he's saying it just in general.
Oh, right, I see.
No. I know I'm a little bit behind the chat, a little bit, but I don't think there's been a second red. I haven't seen it yet. Look, but that's the thing with Burnley, man. Their approach, they don't care if they're down to 10 away at Villa Park.
Yeah. They'll keep playing.
You're fearless. And that's exactly what you need when you face adversity away from home. You need to be a bit fearless, maybe even naively, because look, if you're down to 10 men at Villa Park and you allow 2 goals, you gotta just go for it. You gotta just go for it. If it's a 3-1 loss, it's a 3-1 loss. Just go out, die, and try. That's fine. And you get the reward sometimes. So fair play to Burnley. They've managed the game well. They've just done what they've done. They have an identity. So if they get in maybe a few other players here and there, I think they'll survive. I think Everton have to really worry. I would be worried if I was Everton.
I think they need the resolution to their. Because I think they need to clear up the points thing, because if they are going to give Everton some points back or reducing the points, I think it's only fair for the other teams around them to know what they're up against, right?
Yes.
You can't get to the last week of the season and go, oh, actually, Everton, we're giving you 5 points back. You stay up. And other teams going, well, hang on. You know what I mean?
Serie A was messing around last year with Juve's point deduction. They were goofing around with that mid-season too. It's like, can we just clear this stuff up, like, before the season starts, please? It just for sporting integrity. I know it's all about the cash, but in this instance, you could say it's all about the cash, because if you get relegated, that's a huge financial hit. So let's sort this shit out before the season starts. If someone has to be deducted points, do it, and then that's final.
Yeah, agreed, mate. Agreed. This game, there's no point me watching this game, to be honest. I don't think Sheffield United have managed to get into the Man City half since half time. It's just been wave after wave. And City don't need to, like, people are going, oh, it's only 2-0. They don't really, do they desperately need to score a third and a fourth?
You always want some goals, like I said, for the goal difference. But if you're just looking at it for the result, like, yeah, they got that. So,
yeah, no, true.
Let me look at their goal difference, actually, because you can't ever be like, oh, it's a bad thing to score more goals. So, but yeah, their goal difference right now, City is 24, Liverpool is at 23. It's actually, and then Villa is at 15, Arsenal's at 18. So Man City have the best goal difference at 24 over Liverpool's 23.
Yeah, and they scored the most as well, in the league. They've scored 45 goals in the league. I mean, it's so funny, isn't it? Because everyone talks about how, oh, they've been awful. They're not the same. Pep's lost it. They're missing Gundogan and Mahrez. And it's like, well, hang on. They're 2 points off the top of the table after 19 games of the season.
You know what that's called? That's called sport fan amnesia. Fan. You want your strikers to have amnesia when they miss chances. Football fans, though, you just look goofy when you catch that virus, bro. And yeah, Bellegarde is on.
It's like we said earlier. It's hope, isn't it? It's more hope than actually thinking it. Like, everyone goes to me, oh, you love City. I don't. They're just the best. Like, I nothing to do with me loving them, but they are the benchmark.
Yeah, exactly. And they'll find a way to figure it out because history says so. And the fact that we look at the other teams and you can pick some faults with them. Like we said earlier about Man City were at the Club World Cup and dropping some points. Liverpool and Arsenal were too. And that's this week is going to be one we look back on when City, do win the league, I think. And
I agree.
This week is decisive.
Yeah, Joshua, listen, we spoke about this earlier. I think this is the big thing for me, my man, is that they had these two teams could have pulled away. I know Liverpool are still top, but they had chances, both of them, like Liverpool played Man United at home. You've got to get the 3 points there. They dropped 2 points there. They dropped 2 points to Arsenal. Arsenal dropped 8 points from 12. They dropped 8 points from their last 12 games. They lost to Villa. They lost to West Ham. They drew with Liverpool. And I can't remember the game they won, but they took 4 points from 12. So everyone going, oh, City. City have only lost one of their last.
They beat Brighton, Arsenal 2-0.
Big Brighton. There you go. But hey, it is what it is. Listen, we're exactly halfway through the season, right? So there's a lot of football to play. Lot of football to play. This game, City just passing it from right to left. Oscar Bobb's running at them here. He goes into Rodri. That's a great ball to Rico Lewis.
Diaby. McGinn. Good block. Good block. Sorry, what were you saying?
No. Just every time City attack, like every time they play a ball into someone's feet, they've just got, it's like a back six now, Steve. I don't know if you've still got it on. It's like a back six with a four put in front of them. And can you imagine playing against that each week?
Yeah, and you still find a way to get past that, bro, good teams know how to break down low blocks. And by the way, Daryl, that comment is, and that's what you get, but that's what you get in sports with, that's what you get in sports when you have a dynasty. Jealousy from the other fans is standard. That's how you act. That is how you know you have a dynasty. That's how you know you are, because you look at the rival fans and their reactions. And if it's jealousy, nobody's jealous of the teams that ain't winning nothing.
Yeah, of course. See, the funny thing is as well, it's like when City win, it's they spend all the money, right?
Yeah.
When Chelsea spend all the money and don't win, it's look at them, let's laugh at them. You can't have it both ways. Exactly. By the way, everyone spends money now. Let's be brutally honest. Everyone spends money now.
Except Roma.
Exactly.
Except Roma.
Lots of free transfers and loans.
Yeah, that's all they can do. So, look, everybody spends money, bro. That's the thing. Man City just spend it well, and rivals don't want to acknowledge that. And it's like, well, you can live in that delusional world, but if you want to actually talk serious football, then you need to. That was crazy. Fucking crazy. I think someone asked earlier if I was streaming later. Yeah, I'll be doing Juve Roma. I hate both of them, so I hope it's a draw, to be honest. But yes, I am doing Juve Roma and Strasbourg, Steve. So if you want to get some Serie A in your life, go for that. Defo. So. Still 2-2 in this Villa Burnley game.
How long to go in the Villa game?
80th minute.
Okay.
Trafford.
Yeah, big up, George. Yeah, thanks to everyone for the likes. Ball in from City. I mean, this game has been. I bet you those Sheffield United players just want to get on that coach and go back to Sheffield. This is not a fun game for a team like Sheffield United.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but again, if you're Sheffield United, the mere positive you can take is your goal difference didn't take a fucking demolition today. So that is something you could be like, I guess. But the goal difference can't save them. They gotta get points on the board. Joshua, you had a question. Which Steve, which team are you keeping an eye on recently? Be a bit more specific, like a team that's up and coming. Like a team, like give me more specific. A team that's on the rise, or give me a specific. I got my eyes on everyone as much as.
Oh yeah, Steve's got 400 TVs in his room, and he's watching every game around Europe right now. Not just Europe. Oh, Fodringham gives it away, gets away with it there. Good question, Foxy. Looking forward to the African Cup of Nations. Who's everyone tipping to win it? Steve?
You know what it is about AFCON, and you've been around longer than me.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Is that your way of calling me old?
No, it's that you've watched much more football than me. I feel like every year with AFCON, you have about 7 or 8 teams that you could be like, you can make a strong case for them to win. Yeah. Ghana, Algeria, Nigeria, Senegal, Cameroon, Morocco. I'm missing 1 or 2. Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
There's another one I'm missing.
I always find it difficult to pick a winner there. It doesn't seem like one team dominate. I mean, like Senegal are very strong. But I don't know. I honestly don't know. Morocco have got a good team.
Let's look up the odds. Let's look up the odds here. Who they got?
Exactly. Steve's bedroom is like a CIA control room. Yeah, it's screens. Hang on. Sheffield United are in the Man City penalty box.
Way.
And had 1 touch and City cleared it. And Oldham are 2-0 up. They're 2-0 up. I won't do my Oldham joke again.
They're broke, man. Oldham. They are poverty, man. Weren't they in the Premier League for 1 or 2 years?
Yeah, they were one of the original type of teams that were in the Premier League.
Yeah.
They played at Boundary Park, did Oldham. Wow. Hang on, a Sheffield United away here. Has he put the flag up? No flag's gone up. Sheffield United running up Man City. They've squared it, and the shot was weak, and it's a yellow card for Bogle. Really poor in the end. Really, really poor. Looks like this game's just going to kind of fizzle out for an easy Man City win unless they concede late on.
There's no easy games in the Prem.
Yeah, I mean, this has been a cakewalk. Yeah. This has been utter domination from start to finish. Still no Kevin De Bruyne. I suppose maybe no need to bring him on. Maybe give him 2 minutes at the end.
Sure. Exactly. Yeah, let me look at Africa Cup of Nations favorites. Clean sheet to win. Why don't they have odds? I'll just look it up.
Bad day at the office. I mean, I make that 3 defeats in a row for Everton.
Yes.
So that's Spurs, City, and then Wolves.
Yeah. To be fair, you'd probably pick them to lose. You would pick them to lose the Man City Spurs. The Wolves one, I did pick that too, but you could have made a case like, oh, they could get a draw or maybe a win. Because Everton away from home actually aren't too bad, to be honest. They actually have a kind of an all right away record. Oh, Collins, ball in. Offside for Burnley.
Donna, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We don't need to go deep into my family history. Yes, I'm half Greek. We don't need to know my mum and dad.
I thought it was Cypriot.
Yeah, Greek Cypriot. Yes.
Oh, okay, fair.
Yes, Greek Cypriot. Steve. People ask questions. They think I'm just going to willingly give the information out over the internet. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, here's my national insurance number. Just, dearie me. Barnet, if anyone likes Barnet, have taken the lead with 5 minutes to go against Southend. Adebolo Aluwo has scored. And I tell you, the Oldham goal scorer's got a great name, Mike Fondop Talum. That's a great name.
That is a dope name.
It's a wonderful name.
Egypt. Egypt was the other African nation that you could throw in the mix.
Egypt
as well.
Oh my God! Stop! Yes, why not? Yeah. This obsession. There's a penalty for Aston Villa, apparently.
There's a penalty.
So I say apparently, sorry, it could be a pen. I love it. Penalty could be a pen.
Yeah.
Oh, are you in difficulty, Donna? Oh my gosh, the internet does make me laugh. It makes me cry at times, but it really does make me laugh as well. Come on, guys and girls, keep smashing that. Keep smashing that button.
Both of them, and the notifications. Turn them on too while you're at it. You know, another one you could make a little case for. You could throw in Tunisia too. You could throw them in. So that's like 9 teams that you can make a case to win a tournament. The Euros don't have that. Copa America doesn't have that. What is it? CONCACAF Gold Cup don't have that. And the Asian Cup. You have like 3: Japan, South Korea, maybe a Saudi Arabia. But AFCON for me, and has it always been that way with AFCON? Where you have those like 9 nations, 8 maybe, that are in the mix to win it every year, every tournament?
Yeah, I always feel that there's more teams that have a chance of winning something like the AFCON than they do the Euros or the World Cup, if I'm honest. But it's always decent, but not loads and loads of goals. I've just flicked it over now. Man City has finished, by the way. I've flicked it over to see whether or not there is a penalty. I'm not sure it was enough for me, but I just never make the rules used to be so easy in football. I used to know, penalty, not penalty is confirmed.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, this will never work. No one calls me Rich. Just so you know, Rich is definitely no one calls me that. That is
the fact that you tried that is rich.
Yeah, the fact that you tried that, good on you.
Let's try.
And apparently Aston Villa are 3-2 up. Oh, bye, Stewie.
Douglas Luiz.
How did that door? Are you there? Did you just open that door? That door just opened all by itself. No, but like all the way out. Look. Like all the way out. He's not that strong. Someone on here just called me Rich. And they want to know my mum's nationality and my dad's. Shall I give them all your details?
Douglas Luiz.
Yeah, he scores. I hate to break the news, but he's come up on Sky Sports.
Banging penalty. Bar down. Unbelievable strike. You know what? He's been linked with Arsenal too. He'd be a good
If you were Villa, right, flying high, why on earth would you turn around to a team that you are above? If I'm not wrong, they're above them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right now, Aston Villa are level on points with Liverpool at the top of the table. Why would you sell Douglas Luiz?
The second in the league.
Yeah, on goal difference.
And they're going to get, and I think in January, they're going to upgrade even further.
Yeah, I think they will as well.
They have the money to do it. They have the third richest owners in the league, and they have ambition, and they have a great manager and an RID pretty good squad. So why the fuck are you selling? Oh, you're not. Yeah. I had some Arsenal fan tweet the other day, we should look at Isak in the summer.
You seeing this?
I'm about to see the goal here.
Pedro Neto. I love Pedro Neto.
Yo,
I'm so scared, Steve. I have to go out in the cold in about 15 minutes to go and get a haircut, and it's gloomy and cold in England.
Turnover. Hey, Everton completely. Seamus Coleman just goofing around with a silly turnover. You slip it over to Neto, and it's an easy finish. 4-0 Wolves. Yeah, Everton are in real trouble. I actually do think they'll get relegated. Yeah. I actually do. It'll be them or either Forest. I think Luton actually do have enough to stay up. They are getting, for me, Luton, they are getting more and more acquitted with the league. I think they are, and they've got
I agree.
They've got the spirit. That Chelsea game, that last 15 minutes was a frenzy. They were on them like a rash. Those balls from Chong and Doughty, and they were.
I'll tell you what, the two wide men in the last 15 minutes, Doughty and Ogbene, how many brilliant crosses did they put? Like, not just whipping in crosses for the sake of it, like really good pinpointed crosses.
The goalkeeper, testing the center back, testing the, their problem is they just can't go 3-0 down. And I think they can fix that up. But Palmer was excellent for them today. Excellent. Very, very good player. So, but yeah, Chelsea.
So there's, just by the way, 9 minutes added time at Villa Park. 9 minutes. Man City have won against Sheffield United. That is over 2-0. A very comfortable day at the office.
Burnley. Oh, that passes off there.
Kidderminster 2, another great name. Kidderminster 2, Bournemouth 2. Amari Morgan Smith. I've never known so many double-barreled names as well these days. And by the way, another Wolves goal that was disallowed.
Yeah, it was.
How many goals every game get disallowed now? I've never known it in my life. I've never known so many goals to be disallowed.
You watch the other leagues and it just don't happen.
It's just the Premier League. It's
the one thing that I would say, if I had to say about the other leagues, is with Serie A, they have this. Yeah, go on. Oh, you got to dip for a minute? Yeah, go for it. Bellegarde here. Then Donker's on for Villa. Martinez gets intercepted by a Burnley player. Then Donker. Martinez collects again, just recycles it. Bellegarde, man. I miss you at Strasbourg, bro. Can't lie. Hey, make sure you're hitting the like and subscribe, people. Make sure you're hitting the like. First, hit the like and subscribe to this channel, then go over to mine. But
sorry. Yeah. So I think it's just so Crystal Palace has finished 3-1. Wow. Let's see in live time what that does to the table from a Crystal. Oh, hang on. What's all that about? For a Crystal Palace point of view, that gives them a little bit of a 6-point buffer from them and the bottom three. It also puts them 10 points above Burnley, who are second bottom. So they've got a 10-point swing to the 19th place team and a 6-point swing to the 18th place team. I think we're starting to see the table is starting to pan out a bit now with the best and the rest. And
yeah,
Chelsea now only 3 points off of a European place as well, by the way, for as bad as they've been. With 3 wins in the last 4, Chelsea, by the way.
they're a point behind Newcastle.
Yeah,
and we've been getting rave reviews.
Yep.
So that's what I'm saying with the Eddie Howe thing. I wouldn't sack him right now, but I'm telling you right now, that Sunderland game is either going to up his stock with our fan base or it could plummet down bad, very bad. Because that FA Cup is the only thing we have left we could win this year, or at least contend. Because I think Champions League is too big of an ask at this point. It's a bit
Aston Villa now, by the way. Aston Villa have won the most games in the Premier League. They've won the most games so far this season.
That's why I gave them that 5% to win the league. It's not big, but I will give them their respect. They are getting points and putting up wins. If they just fix up their away form a little bit, you hang in there. January will say everything about where Villa see themselves. If they go real aggressive, they could do something like a Leicester. They're far better than that. Not far better than that Leicester team. They have a better squad on paper and probably a manager too. So, crazy things about obviously me and you think City are going to win the league, but you put yourself in contention by getting points, and you have and they've stopped their the form so far, unless Burnley equalized. So, credit to Villa. The fact they're putting themselves in this conversation even slightly is crazy.
Yeah,
but they've got a good squad. They've got ambition. So, it's one of those. But yeah, they're second in the league, man. That's crazy, and it's halfway through the year. So I'll give them the 5% to win the league, 5%, and I feel like they could genuinely finish above an Arsenal. I would not be surprised.
I think they've done fantastically well. I know when they lose games, everyone loves to slag them off, but they've done fantastically well.
They've lost 4 games though, so you can't really slag them off too much. And then you have 3 draws. So yeah, they had a little rough patch drawing with Sheffield United and away to Man United. Look, let's see where they go. They got Everton away next. They'll fancy their chances there. And then they host us at Villa Park, and we're going to get clobbered by them. We're going to get clobbered when Newcastle go to Villa. That's going to be very ugly. And I say that because every Villa-Newcastle game, the home team wins in usually dominant fashion. That's how it's been one of those kind of games over the years where the home team just curb stomps the away team. So I don't have no hope going into that.
I think look, we're up there at the moment. If we lose tomorrow, big game tomorrow, win tomorrow, we're there or thereabouts. Lose tomorrow and we're 6 points off with Liverpool and Man City having a game in hand. And I'm not even thinking about Tottenham in the title, so I'm not even going to worry about that. The thing is, when I keep seeing this, I've been seeing this all season, and they're still there. Like we keep saying this, and they're still there. I don't think they will be at the end of the season, but credit where it's due.
They make top 4 and win a trophy. That's what I will say about Villa. I think they get top 4 and win a trophy. I think they'll I don't know. What do you think? Do you think Villa will get one, the other, both, none?
I think if you were Villa right now, you'd be disappointed not to finish top 4.
Yes.
But you could also say that of Spurs. You could say that of Spurs, which is why I've said, Steve, I've always said, haven't I? City, Liverpool, Arsenal, the rest are playing for the last Champions League spot. But who knows? Look, we'll see. I always think reassess it after 28, 29 games, see who's in the race for the title and who's not. I think it's too early after 19 games to say that anyone's in a title race. But that's just me. Wolves 3, Everton 0 full time. Oldham 2, Hartlepool 0 full time. Barnet 1, Southend 0. Bromley 5, Ebbsfleet 1. They're into the 100th minute at Aston Villa.
Yes.
They're into the 100th minute. Football's gone absolutely mad.
Cut it up. Rangers game was up to 100 minutes too, but that's because Celtic. Matt O'Reilly he had a bloody nose that lasted like a half hour. It was one of the craziest things I ever seen in my life. Like he literally had. It took like 5 minutes for them to clean him up, and then he went back out there and kept bleeding. I was like, Jesus Christ, that's probably the worst bloody nose I've seen in my life because it just kept going and going. But yeah, that Celtic Rangers game fucked my life, honestly.
And it has finished at Aston Villa. Tell you what I'm going to do, Steve. I'm going to bring up the league table just so we can see it before we end. I mean, it is crazy. And big up to George. George gifted, I missed this, sorry, George gifted another Football Heritage TV membership. I know the first one went to Foxy. I think Foxy got one. Did someone else get one?
Forget.
Pretty sure I saw someone else get one. But big up to you, George. Always very, very generous. So we really do appreciate that. Let's bring up the league table, shall we? So this is the real-time league table. Here we go. Present, share screen, Premier League table. There we go. Hopefully that's big enough for everyone to see. There we go. There's the top 8, Steve. So Liverpool and Villa on 42, Man City and Arsenal on 40. So Man City, for all of their bad form, are above Arsenal. And if you look, you look at Arsenal's last 4 games. They're lost, drawn, 1 lost. And in the same time, apparently Man City were terrible and have got 3 wins and 1 draw. So City picking up 10 points from the last 12, Arsenal picking up 4, Liverpool picking up 8. Villa in that time have only picked up 7. Tottenham in that time have picked up 9. 9 points picked up in that 12 from West Ham. United have picked up 4 points. It's interesting. It's good to see what's going on at the top there. But what do you make of it, Steve, before we end?
I mean, again, I don't like praising Villa because they always got beef with Newcastle. Both times we got relegated, they fucking around and they sob on the time. So I don't like praising them. But me and you, Sav, are football fans where we set that aside and we just talk about the football. And they have been really good. Really, really good throughout the season. That's my standout.
Just quickly, Steve, I think Ryan Griffiths, a Wolverhampton Wanderers fan, wanted me to get the top 11 in. There is the top 11. Wolves level on points with Chelsea. The exact same record as Chelsea, just haven't scored as many. 1 point behind Newcastle, 2 points behind Brighton, only 3 points behind United in Europe. Wolves are flying.
You know what it is? And I just remembered this about Newcastle looking over the years. We're having a Kevin Keegan season. You know, in the 90s when we have a really good season and then the next season we finish like 10th and it's like, what? And then even when Pardew, when we finished 5th, next year was dog shit. So we might just be having one of those years. It's just a Newcastle thing to do, I guess. You know, you have a season and then the next year it's like, what's happening? So it's typical, man.
Well, let's have a look, shall we? Let's have a look at Wolverhampton Wanderers. And I am going to end soon. People asking if we're doing the the Forest United game. Definitely not. I've got plans. I've got to go and get my my hair and my beard done, and it's very important to me. Let's look at Wolves. Wolves' next fixtures. Hang on, here we go. Wolverhampton's fixtures. They've got Brighton away, United home, Chelsea away, Brentford at home. I could see a couple of wins there. Fair play to them. I think he's done a really good job. I think they're a good team to watch. The question about them was always goal scoring, but they're starting to add goals to their game now the longer that they're being managed by Gary O'Neill. So fair play to him.
Absolutely.
Steve, going to say thank you, mate, for coming on today. Really enjoyed your time for the last 2 hours or so.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
Anybody that hasn't, get over there and subscribe to Steve. Anybody that hasn't subscribed to me, subscribe on your way out. I'm sure most of you have by now. We've got a very loyal following of people. Much love. Thank you, everybody, for your time. So we move onwards and upwards to tomorrow, where you've got Fulham are hosting Arsenal, and at the same time, Tottenham are hosting Bournemouth. So 2 big games there. And Liverpool then, I don't know when Liverpool play, but it is what it is.
Oh, we play New Year's Day. Yeah.
New Year's Day, Newcastle are away at Liverpool. Big up to you guys. I will see you tomorrow for Tottenham versus Bournemouth. Take care. Big up, Steve. Everybody else, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone. And as always, come on, you Spurs.